How's it going, guys? Nakai here. We're back with more Katawa Shoujo. This is port 70, if I'm pretty sure, if I remember. This is going to be a 1 hour special. I will do that with every 10 episodes, so we could kind of get more into the game and much more, like learn more about them, or discover interesting things about them, or learn why, or why, well, not I just said why or how come they act like they are right now. Previously in Emi's path, we actually ended up going through 2 decisions. We're in a decision right now. I still don't know if I should do the right thing and so forth. I will be posting a special video in about today. It should be out before this. So go check it out. I might put an annotation if I'm not lazy. Where my mouse is, click that if you want to go to that special video. If not, then let us continue to Emi's path. I kind of made 2 saves on accident because I thought I didn't save it right. Okay, so look, you mind if I give you some advice? Well, okay, so I was thinking over this when I was sleeping. Well, I don't think when I'm sleeping, but like before, that weird like few minutes when you close your eyes and you're not sleeping yet. So I was thinking about this, and I should really trust the nurse since he knows Emi longer than I have, or longer than anybody else apparently. So sure, why not? What was it Mateo said yesterday? If you can't observe the thing, then observe what's around it. Yes, worth a shot. The nurse knows Emi better than I do. I'll wager. Sure, I'm open to suggestions. Honestly, I'm kinda lost. I've got no idea how to deal with this. I never would have guessed. He grins while he says this. I think he's kidding. Okay, really? You're gonna be doing that? Look, here's the deal. Emi is stubborn. You should know that by now. And if you don't, then you're pretty unobservant. But I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt here. I'm so grateful. Are you being sarcastic here? Come on. Anyway, if she's decided that she doesn't want to talk about what happened, then she's not going to talk about what's happened. Has she said anything about what's been bothering her? Even a hint? Well, she did say she's been having nightmares about the accident. Really? Really now? You're making progress then. That's good. Well, I guess I can fill you in on this without violating my strict non-interference policy when it comes to Emi making stupid decisions. Oh, well, she does make stupid decisions, as what I've heard from the shed and from the room. The anniversary of her accident is coming up soon. What is up with everybody's acts like how they got their disability and like coming up? Like, for instance, Holocaust was like it was her birthday. That was the mark of her birthday, and now Emi's is coming up. So like, oh frick, it's gonna be super depressing. She gets depressed around this time because it was a pretty traumatic event considering what she lost. That's the other thing. She acted like she lost more than just her legs. What happened? The dad! Whoa, hold your horses. No. Nope, not going there. You'll have to ask someone else about that, because that's a whole can of... What the frick is that? What the heck? What the... Okay, that was weird. That was not a fly. I think. What the heck was that? Some random thing just like flew in and like attacked me or something. Or something like that. What the heck was that? Is it still here? It's still live. I mean, it's infected. I'm just kidding. Because that's a whole can of worms I'm not about to open. If Emi wants you to know, she'll tell you in her own time. You've just got to be patient, that's all. Why are you even helping me with all of this? Because you're good for her. She trusts you, even if you don't think she does. And you've got the best chance out of anyone at this school right now to help her through this time of year. She won't accept my help, but she might accept yours if you don't screw it up. Yes, don't screw up. So don't screw it up. Got it? I open my mouth to respond, but a knocking sound at the door interrupts me. Hey, you guys still in there? Just a moment, Emi. give us a second to get our pants back on. Pants! Not pants! The door bursts open and Emi was knives at the nurse. Asshole. Oh, great. What is up with everybody? Sudden abs! Didn't mean to get your hopes up. Hey, can we leave me out of this? Anyway, what's up, Emi? You forget something? I tried to take a more cheerful tone with her. No need to upset her. Two can play the everything's fine game. Actually, I forgot to ask you something. Oh, what's that? Do you want to come with me on a trip to my house? Oh no! My mom's making dinner and I thought you might want to join us. Well, of course I accept. Yes! Okay, I had to say the nurse is my favorite character now. Emi punches the nurse in the arm playfully. Not you, idiot. You were over last week. Whoa, last week. Okay. I was talking to Hisao. Oh. How interesting. Meeting the parent. I'd love to go, Emi. Thanks. The nurse raises an eyebrow and says nothing. But says nothing. Great. I'll be in my room. Swing by after you shower and change into something clean and we'll grab the bus. The bus? Wait, I thought wait, aren't they still in school? Like, is it like what? Aren't they supposed to go to school now or something? Sounds good. I'll see you in a bit. This time it's me who leans for a quick kiss before darting off to my room. I gotta scratch my ear. What an interesting development. Maybe we're getting closer after all. Maybe Emi's finally ready to open up a little. Or maybe she's just being polite and a free meal seems like a good way to apologize for last night. Great. Now I can't decide whether to be excited, nervous, or depressed. Try to be semi. Let's settle for a combination of all three and hop in the shower. There we go, see? Semi. Loading screen? Oh. I just got the toe.
The toe. Okay. Oh, it was a fly! What a douche.
Freaking flew inside my. Whoa! This is new! Why is your eyes red? I thought your eyes were brown or something. I don't know. Okay, it's great. I don't think I like riding on buses. Actually, I think I'm pretty comfortable saying that as a fact. They sway a lot and they smell funny, and you can feel every bump in the road. That is kind of true. Thank you for your observation. Now experiment. I'm really not looking forward to this. Plus, Emi's legs keep making a clinky noise that draws the attention of everyone else on the bus. She's in shorts again, and she's got long socks drawn up on her prosthetics, so they don't look so obviously false again. But that doesn't stop the odd look or two every time her legs bump together with an audible clunk. How did it know it was her? That is the question. I shift nervously in my seat and Emi raises an eyebrow questioningly. She doesn't seem to mind the stares either or she doesn't even notice that people are staring. I'm not sure she's gotten her full of odd looks before. After a certain amount of time, I doubt she'd notice anymore. Not that she'd ever tell me if I asked. Another fact is, I'm not just uncomfortable about the bus. I can't seem to come to terms with the fact that Emi appears to be trying to bring me closer while at the same time pushing me away. So she's like, push! She pushes you a certain distance and then pulls you back at the same certain distance. So you're gonna be like, oh man, back to square one. Oh wait, no, I moved up. Nope, back. The nurse says she trusts me, even if it doesn't look like it. But I'm not sure I can trust the nurse. He's protective of Emi, just like I'm protective of Emi. And there's a train. And I'd be likely to say something to make her look good if someone asked me about her. So he might just be doing that. Still, there was something about the way he seemed genuinely surprised that Emi invited me along. Maybe last night's talk helped more than I think, but I'm still worried. Oh great, don't be worried. Don't be worried, worry parents. Meeting the parents is a big deal, right? Nope, he said parent, not parents. Pay attention. Not that I haven't really met Emi's mother, but that was just as an acquaintance. Now it's going to be as Emi's boyfriend, with everything that applies. I can feel my heart pounding in my chest, an echo of that wow train, really? Of that snow-covered afternoon that feels like it was so long ago, that it might as well be another life entirely. Except then, I didn't know what was going on. I also didn't have medication to help prevent things spiraling out of control. Well, accidents happen, and look what happened to half of the people. Well, two of the people that we already played through, and the one we're playing right now. I've come a long way in terms of my physical health, and for the second time today, I feel like I'll be able to live normally now, or at least as normally as possible. Better not think about something nasty. Now if I only managed to manage my relationship as well as I've managed my heart, I'd be in great shape. I still can't believe I have red eyes. Well, we're here. Oh great, that's that weird looking tree. I feel like that's photoshopped or something. It's just like, hey, look, this is a random tree right here, and just like, hey, how you doing? Emi grabs my hand as soon as we've stepped off the bus. She starts heading down the street almost immediately. Come on, we've got a couple blocks onto my place. Wait, what? What? Okay, oh, okay. Hey, this looks like another anime show that no, I'm just kidding. No, but I'm pretty sure I saw like something similar to this when I was watching like a TV show on, I think it was Toonami, I think. I followed Emi down the street watching her confident stride. She's setting kind of a quick pace for just a walk. I guess she's anxious to get there. So does your mom do this sort of thing often? Nah, not too frequently. Mom's never been much for playing hostess. Oh yeah? Yeah, my dad was always the one pushing her to have people over. The sudden and unprompted reference to her father catches me off guard. See, look, she doesn't want to talk about you, buff face. And from the look on Emi's face, I'm not sure she meant to mention him. I think I've only ever heard her talk about him once. All I remember is that Emi's mom told me that he wasn't around anymore. There we go, see? Oh, your mom prefers solitude? Emi laughs, haha. Either from relief that I didn't ask about her father, or from finding my statement actually funny. Not at all. She's why I'm such an outgoing person, Oh, great. She just prefers to be a guest rather than a hostess. It's less stressful that way, or so she says. Clearly, she's never had to meet her girlfriend's mother for dinner. Emi giggles again and speaks in a teasing tone. Yeah, nervous as hell? You shouldn't be, It's not that big of a deal! Exclamation point. Just dinner at my house, that's all. Stop freaking flying again! Freaking came out of nowhere! God! Does it hate me or something? Where is it? I'm gonna get Lysol or something, just spray and just see what happens. I did that to two. Oh, there you are right now. What? What? I'm ready. Come here. Oh, now you just fly. Okay, fine. Be a douche fly. Next thing you're gonna come back and smack me in the face or something. Yeah, but have you ever brought home a boyfriend before? I confess that part of me dreads hearing the answer to this. I hate that fly. It hit me in the eye, it tended to hit me in the eye again, and I just flew away like a coward. I know, wait. Oh, I know very little of Emi's past relationships. I don't even know if there were past relationships. Yeah, no, I guess I haven't. Hey, maybe this really is kind of a big deal after all. Oh good, now I feel twice as nervous. Congratulations, you made the situation worse for yourself, and worse for Emi, and worse for that person down the street. Though to tell the truth, I'm pretty happy to hear that I'm the first one. Maybe we got something special after all. You're number one. Hey, look at this house. This house looks pretty fancy. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this hedge. It's snazzy. Wait, I don't think snazzy is a good word. Bolstered by this new thought, I managed to calm down considerably by the time Emi knocks on her front door. Hey mom, open up, we're here. Oh, hey, look, this is mom again. The door swings open and Miss Ibarazaki stands grinning at her daughter. The grin is still surprisingly similar to Emi's. It's only the hair, and her eyes yellow, and hers is green. That makes no sense, but okay. I'm never going to get used to that. People normally wait for a few minutes before they start shouting at the door. And most mothers say hello to their daughters instead of scolding them right away. Oh, of course. Welcome home, dear. I've missed you. The kitchen! There's something wrong with this kitchen. Why is this in the sink? There's, look, freaking orange scissors is in the sink, and I don't think that's clean. That is mail. Lots and lots. No, not much mail. Alright, enough of. Wait a second. Oh, we don't get to see that cool hedge again. Why is there a pirate ship? What is that? I don't have that on my microwave. Who has that on their microwave? Someone please explain to me. Why am I still looking at this stupid kitchen? An affectionate hug later, we're inside, and it is only that Emi's mom seems to remember that I'm actually here. And hello to you too, Hisao. How are you? How are things? I'm quite well, thank you. Nice to not have school to worry about for a little bit. Ah yes, you finished up your exams, haven't you? That must be quite a relief for you both. It's certainly a weight off my mind, that's for sure. Yay! Happiness. Mine too. I think I slept well for the first time in weeks last night from relief alone. If this news is a surprise to Emi's mother, she doesn't show it. Still, her response betrays a note of interest. Is that so? I'm very glad to hear that, Emi. You know, I get worried when you get all wound up about, well, exams. So, certainly, Emi's mother knows something I don't. Or rather, she doesn't know that Emi's told me about the nightmares. It's interesting in being able to observe how Miss Urabazaki covers for Emi. That protective instinct to make sure that I don't know any more than Emi's willing to tell me. I suppose Emi's got more in common with Quarks than I ever realized. Okay, what's Quarks? Moves around fast, impossible to understand through direct observation, yet she has an effect on everyone she encounters. I wonder if Miss Ibarazaki will figure out that I know about the nightmares, or is she just keeping everything secret from everybody? Yeah, it's not been as bad this year as in the past. Hisao helped me to stay focused.
There's that fly again! Come on!
Okay, I know that's not true. She even cut off contact outside of school hours during exam week. But she did see me during the day, and she told me more than once that the morning run was the only thing she looked forward to during exams. So maybe it's not that much of a lie. Lies everywhere. Either way, to hear that being around has helped even a little makes me feel a bit better. Emi's mother raises an eyebrow at this statement. Either she doesn't believe Emi, or she's as surprised as I am. Well then, it appears that it's a good thing you two have become so close. I tell you to take good care of my daughter, Hisao, but it looks like you're already doing that. Emi grins at this and seems to take pride in my having managed to ingratiate myself with her mother so easily. Actually, I'd say your daughter has been the one taking care of me. She's gotten me out and running. I've probably been more active since meeting her than I ever was, even before. I'd actually never thought of it that much, nor had I ever appreciated the humor in it. Wait, there's humor in that? I don't get it. Hey, look, it's like a rip-off of 7-Up. I wasn't too active before the heart attack. Pick-up games of soccer don't really count since they weren't that common. So now that I know for sure that I have a weak heart, now I run every day, pushing my luck with the help of my medication. Nope, when it comes to medication, you know, if you put too much, you pretty much overdose and you're like, yeah, and then you're like, ugh, and then you end up like, hey, I'm dead. I chuckled quietly, then realized that, okay, that fly is backing. What's attracting you, fly? Come on. Then realized that I never finished my sentence. Well, before I had my heart attack, I wound up at school here. Wait, what did he say before or after? I don't. It comes out so casually. There was a time that I would have thought twice about talking about what was going wrong. About talking about. Okay, now this is a tongue twister. About talking about what was wrong with me at all. But now it seems silly to care, especially in the company of Emi and her mother. If Emi can be cavalier about her disability, then so can I. I think back to the track meet, where Emi declared herself the fastest thing on no legs. The fact of her obvious loss has never seemed to bother her, at least not in public. Being stuck in the wheelchair frustrated her, I know. but even that was something she dealt with on her own, despite my efforts to the contrary. Emi has a way of bringing out the more active side in people. I've never quite figured out how she does it. Yeah, those puppy dog eyes she gets, for starters. I'm not surprised that she managed to rope you into an exercise routine. If Rin weren't just as stubborn as she is, I'm sure that Emi would have gotten her out and running with you too. Oh, that reminds me, Rin says hello. Hello, hey, wait a second. I have that same table. That is so freaky. Now I'm kind of scared. That is so weird. I drift to the outer edges of the conversation again as we move into the dining room to eat. It smells delicious in here, and the spread that Emi's mom has produced is impressive. Whoa, you made enough to feed an army in here. Well, not much of an army. Is it too much? Well, you can always take some leftovers with you in when you go. That sounds great. I can only handle cafeteria food for so long. Something home cooked would be a welcome change of pace. And then you gotta microwave it. You gotta make it in the specific time and be like 1 minute and 30 seconds. And that is always my lucky number when I freaking cook stuff in the microwave. If it's like leftover food, I just put 1 minute and 30 seconds no matter what it is. What he said. Thanks, Mom. The food tastes as good as it smells, and there's a lull in the conversation while we all dig in. Emi assaults her plate with the usual amount of gusto, and I will admit that I set a pretty fast pace myself. So Hisao, I hear that you and my daughter have gotten rather close, Okay, no, the urge is to say something like, not really, is so strong that I open my mouth to say it, but then reassert control. We are close, there's no getting around it. I mean, Emi's brought me here, hasn't she? Fortunately, both Emi and her mother seem to take my reaction as a sign that I'm caught off guard rather than considering saying something cruel. I suppose we have. I blame the morning rounds myself. You make it sound like a bad thing, Sal. Yes, it is. I for one found it a relief. Why's that? Emi's always been a popular girl, but never made many close friends, except for Rin. I'm guessing this is a bit of news to me. I've always seen Emi chatting with her classmates in the hallways. Who's her classmates? I want to meet the track team captain now. All of a sudden, that's kind of weird, but okay. And certainly, the whole track team seems to love her. But it is true that she chooses to isolate herself during lunch with Rin and me. Not exactly the sort of behavior one expects from a popular girl, after all. Then again, I've experienced her unwillingness to get close firsthand, so I can't say that I'm surprised. I was beginning to have my doubts. About what? Emi rolls her eyes to the ceiling and grumbles something I can't quite make out. Huh? What? What? What's that you just said? Nothing. I gotta do something. Miss Ibarazaki chokes on her drink with laughter. You've been hanging out with the nurse too long, Emi. I'm going to have to talk to him about corrupting my daughter. Somehow, I don't think that would be very effective. I had learned most of it from you anyway, not the nurse. Oh God!
No, not the face!
Not the face! No, don't do that face. That's really creepy. Like, I just look up and just see that face like, Nyeh. Don't listen to her, Sal. She's a born liar. You're right. Okay. Oh, I don't know, Emi. I think your mother has a point. What? You traitor! You're supposed to take my side in this. Nope. I think what? Oh, okay. Thank you. I guess I was supposed to be reading. Okay, should not have gotten distracted. Yeah, but you did lie about your leg after the meet. Oh, ow. The kick in the shins from an unmistakably plastic foot cuts me off. Plastic foot? And not before Miss Urabazaki. Miss Urabarazaki's. Every time I say that word, the fly that comes back is like, hey, don't say that word. Eyebrows shoot upwards. What about your leg? It wasn't a big deal, that's all. I was just in a wheelchair for a bit. The last few mumbled words are quickly deciphered by Emi's mother. I suspect she has experience with this sort of thing. And a worried frown appears on her face. So that's why he kept dodging my calls. Oh, Emi, I know how much you hate being in a wheelchair. No wonder you've been in such a mood lately. Yeah, she's much happier on her feet, so to speak. Okay, thank you. You just reminded me that you're online. Thank you! Well, of course. We spent enough time in a chair just after the accident. She didn't get prosthetics immediately? No, she had to finish healing up before they'd let her start the sort of therapy you've got to go through to adjust to those things. Especially since she wanted to run on them. I had no idea. Yeah, it sucked. Oh, did you see Rin's mural at the festival? Every sudden change of topic makes me realize belatedly, I think that's how you say it, that she's been fidgeting the whole time her mother and I have been talking. I should have figured out on her being a little skittish when it comes to talking about the accident, even around her mother. No, I didn't make it out to the festival, remember? Although I caught a glimpse of it at your track meet, it seemed pretty weird to me. Thank you! I think that's more or less what she was going for. She talked a lot about it being dreamlike. Or trying to make it dreamlike with frickin' Prussia Blue. Rin's art is one of those things that I don't think I'll ever understand. That's not surprising. I don't think Rin expects to be understood. She told me once that art allows people to understand stuff they wouldn't understand otherwise. But all the same, she doesn't think it actually works that way. I'm surprised that Emi's talked about this with Rin extensively enough to actually have Rin's opinion, such as it is. Although I expect that Rin could not, if she were so inclined, say the same thing about Emi's. Unless, of course, Emi is purposely keeping me in the dark about everything, which is likely but unpleasant to think about. I drifted down to this unpleasant train of thought for a while, losing track of the conversation. Hey Emi, I've been meaning to ask, mumble, huh? Are you going to visit your father this year? From the way she says it, you'd think Emi's mother was talking about the weather. From the way Emi reacts, it's clearly not the weather they're talking about. She flinches, a slight jerk of the head backwards as if she's just been slapped in the face. Can we talk about this later? Oh crap, don't tell me she's gonna cry! Her voice sounds brittle, strained. It looks like as if she's been severely shaken by the question. It seems that Miss Urbarazaki misjudged just how close Emi and I are. Some things it seems are best not conversed about with me around. Her father is one of these things. The accident that took her legs is probably another one of those things if her reaction to the earlier conversation between her mother and myself is an indication. Age of Empires HD Edition, 50% off. PC downloads, GameStop now. Why did I just say that? It doesn't seem to take Emi's mother long to realize she screwed up. Oh, you screwed up. Badly. Of course we can hear, dear. I'm sorry to bring it up. I just wanted to ask it so I could make plans. It's fine, don't worry about it. Emi fidgets nervously as if embarrassed by her own reaction. I confess that her reaction is confusing. She only just mentioned her father to me earlier today. Less than a few hours ago even. Why does a simple question about when she will visit her father, oh god dang it, cause such a strong reaction? Unless whatever serenity she claimed to have reached by means of our talk the previous evening has suddenly evaporated. Or did it... oh crap. Or did it help as much as she thought or claimed? I'll be right back. Gotta visit the little girl's room. Little girl's room? Well, that's weird. Emi gets up suddenly and leaves the table, leaving me and Miss Urbarazaki alone. I'm a little conflicted. Should I go after her or should I stay here? It's obvious that Emi's departure was not based on the call of nature. Something's bothering her, and I have to know what it is. How to go about it? Okay, saving here. This is important. And why did the music stop? Boost up the volume. Okay, so how should I go about this? So, just like Mito said, observe and experiment, but we haven't observed her that much. And, we basically know that she's going to, cut us off. So, I don't think it would hurt if we talked to the mom. Maybe. So, maybe we should go about this by talking to the mother and, see what she meant by plans. But I don't think she might give us the right answer, maybe. So I guess we should try it. Let's just try. There's an awkward silence at the table for a while after Emi dashes off. I can't think of anything to say. Emi's mother sighs, breaking the silence. Sorry about that, Hisao. I sometimes forget that Emi's touchy about certain subjects. And now the music's really loud, my bad. And I was talking about the wheelchair thing too. Should I go after her? Heavens no! She didn't leave the table to continue the conversation, you know. I knew it! But if she's troubled, shouldn't someone help her? If it were anyone else, I'd say yes. But my daughter is stubborn as a mule. And if she wants to be alone, it's best to let her be alone. Otherwise, she'll probably say something she'd regret. Which would cause you to say something you'd regret. And I would prefer that dinner doesn't end with both of you storming out of the house. If that were to happen, I'd be a terrible hostess, wouldn't I? I've already acted as a fool once today. That's okay, I shouldn't have brought up the wheelchair, apparently. Miss Ibarazaki frowns, clearly more bothered by Emi's omission than she'd let on. I wish she wouldn't do that. It just makes me worry more, and you know? She does this often? What, running off to the bathroom? No, I can't say she does. Keep injuries from her mother, though? Well, that's a little more common. Every time I catch her lying like that, she assures me that the only reason she didn't tell me is because she wasn't a big deal. Oh, it wasn't a big deal. If it's any consolation, I'm sure the only reason I knew about it at all was because I saw her every day. This Elix? A dry chuckle from across the table. Miss Barazaki sighs a little sadly. Still hesitant about getting close to people, huh? I keep hoping that she'll get over that. It's funny, really. She's bounced back so well from the accident in so many ways. I guess some things never really go away. From the looks of it, the whole thing still bothers her, too. She seems to be a little more willing to talk about the accident without Emi around, though. Hey, I've got a question if it's alright. Oh? What else did Emi lose in that accident? The nurse said that she gets this way near the anniversary. And I can't talk about it. She won't talk about it to me. So you thought I'd fill you in, yeah, hopefully. You're wrong. Well, there's a problem with that request, you know. Let me guess. You promised Emi that you wouldn't tell anyone. She didn't want to know, and you don't know if she wants me to know. Something like that. I promised Emi that she'd be the one to tell people the full story. But isn't that important? I mean, it's clearly had a huge effect on her if she's still like this, so long after the accident happened. That's true, it did have a long-lasting effect on her. There are a few things that she'll probably never really get over. For a moment, Miss Ibarazaki looks incredibly saddened, as if an old wound is bothering her. I suppose another train? I suppose there are a few things I'll never really get over either. Another dry chuckle, and with a shake of her head, Emi's mother banishes the memory. Look, there's something you absolutely must understand about the way Emi thinks about the accident. Really, Train? What's that? It wasn't a big deal. Oh, now you're speaking like Emi now. Somehow I managed to keep my mouth from falling open in surprise, but it takes some effort. My God, Train, you just like blowing your train almany. Your freaking train horn thing, whatever, the siren, I don't know, the bell, no, not the bell, the horn, yeah, I might as well call it the horn. That has to be the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard. I beg your pardon? Okay, maybe it's not that simple, but it's a pretty accurate summation. Summation? Oh snap, I thought that was coming from like, not from my headphones. Like, what's that music coming from? Emi believes that the accident did not define her, and that everything she lost that day didn't define her either. Wait, what? Wait, no, she said she lost everything because of that accident. She's not that girl who lost her legs. She's not the fastest thing on no legs. Her optimism and energy came out of that wreck without a scratch, as far as she's concerned. Yet, it goes beyond that, doesn't it? I mean, last night she told me that she refused to rely on me because it would make losing me too painful. Not really. You said she won't tell you about the accident, even though you've asked her about it before. The reason she won't talk about it when you ask is because to her it's not something you absolutely need to know. Even if she wasn't terrified of getting too close to anyone, she still wouldn't talk about it. She's afraid of being close to me? Oh goodness me, yes. For all that talk about being unscathed by the accident, she's gained the ugly knowledge of how quickly it can all be over. She's not going to let people get especially close to her, and she certainly would resent any implication that she cannot work through this on her own. But I don't think she can. Holy crap. Okay, so she doesn't want to be close to me because she doesn't want to lose me. That's typical. But you know, leaving Hisao out of the circle, like not the circle, out of like knowing, you know, what happened to her, like what happened to her, it's a huge mishap right there, because now Hisao's going to be more curious and, you know, continuously ask like, what happened after the accident? What did you lose? And I'm guessing like Emi didn't want to lose her like overall like her emotions towards things, you know, like positive and being positive and everything like that. But that's how my brain is working towards this situation. Oh no? Are you sure you've been dating my daughter and not somebody else? Trust me, Hisao, she could get through it on her own. But she has nightmares and can't sleep well, and she does this every year. Tell me, if she wasn't able to get through it on her own, do you really think she'd still be alive? She would have killed herself or something equally melodramatic. Oh crap, that's real. So she wants to go through this situation alone and not ask for anybody else. Jeez, that's like, wow. So what happened? I shouldn't try to help her. Look, I didn't say that. I hate seeing my daughter like this, and knowing that she could rely on someone else would let me relax. You just need to understand that accepting help goes against everything Emi thinks about herself and the way the world works. If you still want to offer her help, then I guess that's your call. Honestly, I like you too, but I'd be silly to warn you that it's not going to be easy. You just need to be patient with her. She's already closer to you than anyone else she's ever met in Yamaku. Well, I sure doesn't feel like we're very close. Oh, okay. Good, that makes this part easier. Emi's voice nearly gives me a heart attack. Oh, heartburn, whoa! Didn't he hear you come back, Emi? How convenient. Wait, were you eavesdropping? Nope, just happened to come back at the right moment, I guess. Emi, Hisao was just... Emi holds up a finger, cutting her mother off. What finger? Pointer finger? Middle finger? What is it? On his way out of the house? Yeah, I know. I just got kicked out. Emi's trembling with anger now, looking vaguely betrayed. She looks evil! Emi, don't be ridiculous. We were just... You promised. The pain carried in that last word is almost too much for me to bear. The idea that I could hurt her that much is like being kicked in the gut. Emi's mother looks similarly pained by the thought. And I kept that promise. Just listen, there's no reason to go throwing people out of the house. She's gonna literally just throw me out the house like, bye, have a good time. Emi's mother seems to be both angry at her daughter's outburst and embarrassed that I'm a witness to it. Oh no, that's the first time we actually saw Emi angry. There's only one real solution to this problem, I think. It's okay, I'll go. No, really, that seems a little unnecessary. Don't worry about it. Thank you for dinner, Mrs. Barazaki, and for the advice. It was my pleasure, Hisao. I'm sorry we didn't get to the dessert. Oh, I don't need dessert. I'm a bad person. Oh no, that's okay. I have to watch what I eat anyway. Good evening, Emi, Mrs. Barazaki. I think I'm butchering her name. The formality of our conversation, coupled with the fact that I'm getting ready to leave, seems to snap Emi out of her anger. No, wait. I'm sorry. I've been so... And after last night, I just thought... You don't have to go. I take it back. It's okay. I can't help but smile slightly. She can barely articulate her apology, and I really would like to stay, but I don't think I can right now. I need to think about what her mother said and about what I'm going to do about us. And then there's my neighbor. I don't want to risk accidentally getting Amy angry again in her current state again either. No, I think I'd better leave. You seem pretty shook up and, well, I'd only wind up trying to help you again. I know you'd prefer I didn't, so I'm going to leave instead. But, hey, it's not a problem. You don't want a night on a white charger, right? Just promise me one thing, okay? What? What? Don't be angry at your mom, okay? She was just giving me some advice, that's all. I mean, nods hesitantly, like this simple idea is all that she can grab onto at this point. She's so terribly off balance, but I can't do anything about that right now. Okay. See you tomorrow, okay? Running in the morning. Don't forget! I can see that I've hurt Amy by deciding to leave. But there's nothing I can do for her. My god, why is the car so loud? As things stand, and I know that she's too stubborn to admit that she wants me to stick around, I watch various emotions across Amy's face as she tries to process everything that's just happened. Surely comes that calm look again, like last night, and that voice that tries so hard to sound careless. Sure, Hisao, see you around. Both of us are unwilling to concede emotion at this point. And I'm having a hard time keeping my facade? Okay, I'm gonna go with facade. So I turn on my heel and walk her out the door. I shut it behind me slowly, pausing for a moment as the latch catches my hand on the doorknob. Did I make the right decision just now? Should I have stayed and tried to work things out? No, because remember, she wants to work it alone. No, I decide. Not in front of her mother like that. In spite of everything, I'd rather keep Emmy's mother insulated from the sort of anger that surfaced last night. Even though she's probably used to it, some protective instinct wants me to keep Emmy's image as a cheerful girl intact. With the start, I realize my hand is still resting on the doorknob. I take my hand away and put it in my pocket. Wait, you just took the doorknob? Oh, no, never mind. I take my hand away, but put it in my pocket and head down the slowly darkening street. We're back in our room. I let out a long breath. Wait until tomorrow morning comes isn't going to be easy. In any case, I have to think on what to say to Amy. I must apologize, and I must get through to her somehow. On that account, something has been on my mind for most of the way back to my room. Kenji? Oh no! The letter of apology from AW. I want. Okay, how do you even pronounce this? Iwanako. I was so concerned about my new life when I received it, and that I didn't even bother to really read it. Then I found myself in a similar position. My curiosity got rekindled. What did she want to let me know so badly? If nothing else, reading her thoughts might help me frame mine. I remember tossing it away. Damn, when did I throw that thing? Under the dresser. I check under my desk, that turns up nothing, so I look for harder to reach more unlikely locations. Sign language. Well, now I know where that lost sock went, at least. Still no letter though. Wait, you found a sock? It's when I try sweeping my arm under my nightstand that I feel something crinkly jammed between it and the wall. Grunting a little with the effort, I reach for my prize and soon manage to bring it into the light. It would be funny if it was like his homework assignment. Bingo! I sit at my desk and spread the crumpled paper open. A flick turns on the table light. Skipping the past empty pleasantries, I look for the point where I stopped reading. Ah, here it is. There were other things I want to say. I'm writing to you because I felt that there are things I should have said after the incident back in winter. I really regret that I wasn't able to say them in person, and I have no excuse for it. The truth is, the times when I visited you at the hospital made me worried about you. I'm not talking about your health. You seem to become more distant and disheartened. It was natural after something like that happened, I'm sure, but somehow I got the feeling that you had given up on something back then. Happiness, maybe? Are you gonna make another reference to Katy Perry, really? Giving up on happiness. That sounds unpleasantly familiar. I wanted to somehow express my feelings, but the right words didn't come to me. I couldn't say anything to comfort you. I am really sorry, but for not being able to support you when it mattered the most. Even though I like you so much, at least now, finally I can be more honest. If I could go back to those quiet days in February and March, I'd tell you to not give up on yourself. That's what I would say. Maybe you wouldn't have drifted so far away if I had just said something. I hope you managed to get back on your feet on your own. Now that the distance between us is also physical, it also feels more final, somehow. I wonder if we will meet again. Perhaps it's for the best if we don't? Still, if you would like to correspond with me, by all means write me back. I'd really very much like to hear about your new school and how you are doing. I wish you all the best. Sincerely, Iwanaka. After finishing reading the letter, I smoothed it out carefully and set it aside on my desk. Giving up my happiness. Thank you, Iwanaka. I wanted to answer yes to your question on that snowy winter day, but I never got to. By the time we met again, it was too late. Or so I thought. What would have happened if I had behaved differently? Back in that dismally sterile hospital room. I'm sorry. There's no point in wondering now, but there's no point in trying to forget either. I am who I am because of what happened to me, and all I look forward to experience, present, future, and past. Sounds like what Lily would say. And the past may have just taught me an important lesson now. What's going on? Oh my god! Back in the not the animation. Act 4. Motion. Oh, pop my home when I did that. We're in the final act. Ow, it actually hurt. Oh, my left arm. I don't even need to use it. But still, ow. Hold on, let me crack this. Oh, wait, no, I just cracked my spine. The sound of my alarm is an unwelcome intrusion on a sleep that's been a battle to obtain. I doubt I've been truly asleep for more than an hour or two. Too much on my mind. Did I make the right decision leaving the house yesterday? Did I manage to get Emi to realize how unresponsible she's been? Am I ever going to manage to get her to stop being unreasonable? Emi's mom gave me a new perspective the other day, but I'm still not sure that it's the right perspective. She was hurt when I left yesterday too. I know that part of my conversation is going to have to include an apology about that. Right thing to do or not, I hurt her. You did. You hurt her on the inside. That's horrible. I hurried down to the track, eager to talk to Emi. I think I know what to say. Apologize for leaving first and go ahead from there. Just yell at her saying you gave up on happiness. Unless of course Emi doesn't show up. Which from the looks of things seems like it's the case. It's been about 14 minutes since I got here and there's no sign of her. She's never late. Not unless she's sick, which is unlikely. She probably just doesn't want to see me right now. To take my mind off that what that implies, I begin my warm-up routine and take off around the track. It clears my mind wonderfully. For the half hour I'm running, I don't think about anything but the run. Need for speed, the run. However, once I finish and Emi still hasn't shown up, I get a little worried. With any luck, the nurse will know where she is. If nothing else, I can see what he thinks I should do next. Brock! So last night, didn't go too well, I take it? Huh? You already know? I have my ways, and it's not as if I'd missed the distinct absence of your running partner this morning, now would I? No, I suppose not. So what happened? Don't you know already? Maybe, but I could be bluffing. Perhaps I'd prefer to get your side of the story before I give any advice. I quickly filled the nurse in on the events of last night and takes it all in without changing expression once. Look at him, he's like, I have gotten, where did that fly come from? Oh, you're still there. Nothing about the whole event seems to surprise him, although he does seem surprised when I say that I didn't follow Emi. Chose to talk to her mother instead, huh? Smart move, though I guess it didn't work out too well for you in the end. Well, I'm not sure. Emi seemed apologetic when I left, or at least she seemed that way until she put up her defenses again. The nurse sighs and spreads his hands in a conciliatory gesture. Frankly, oh god, I found my left arm again. God dang, arm, shoulder, elbow, stop cracking. Frankly, I'm surprised she let them down at all. Amy's had a lot of practice on that score. You probably won't get anything else out of her. I don't believe you. Is that so? You think she'll tell you the whole tale? I'd swear I just saw the nurse's eyes glitter a little. His expression is the same, but he leans forward ever so slightly. I think she'll open up if I ask her without being an idiot about it, yeah. The nurse gives it his enigmatic smile in response and shrugs widely. I think he's enjoying his role a little too much. He's the nurse, what do you expect? That's the real trick, isn't it? Are you sure you know the right way to approach the subject? I can guarantee that Emmy's going to try her hardest to pretend last night didn't happen. It will be painfully awkward for the both of you, but it will also be a lot safer than trying to ask her for the whole story again. It could go worse this time. It can, and it will. Are you ready for something like that? It sounds like a challenge, like he doesn't believe for a minute that I'd be so bold. I actually feel a little insulted by his lack of confidence in me. Of course, I'm ready for that. I love her. No, you said that. You never say those 3 words. I mean it serious. If you have, okay. Math teacher, sophomore year said, never say those 3 words. Do not say I love you at all unless you see the person in their worst. And if you see the person in their worst, then you have to say, like, if they're like, for instance, they start yelling at you and whatnot for no reason, and like they feel so stupid and start apologizing, just that's the perfect time to say that, apparently, from my teacher. But if you just say it just because, you know, you're like, oh man, I love you, like after, like, I don't know, like after lunch or something like that, and when you say your goodbyes, you say I love you. You don't say that. No, you don't do that. You never say that. You say it when you see the person in their worst, like, conflict right now. And if they do something stupid, I just hit my elbow on the table. If they do something stupid and they're just still angry about it, and like they see that you're like shocked about it and they start apologizing, that's when you say that you love them, because they love who you are, not just like, oh, because, you know, they kissed and whatnot. That's stupid. No, you don't say that. You don't say that whenever that's happening. And I just kind of ramble on. God dang it. Ow, my knee. My hopeless gets a raised eyebrow in response. Well then. Good luck. Let me know how it all turns out. Although he delivers his parting shot with the same smirk as usual, I actually think that the nurse wants me to succeed. You need to succeed. Succeed, greatness. I resist the urge to charge directly to Emmy's room to prove the nurse wrong. I've gone in half-cocked before, and the results were less than stellar. If I'm going to do this, I need to figure out exactly what I'm going to say and how I'm going to say it. Something to think about in class. And then Misha's gonna be there like, yeah. Sure enough, by the time lunch rolls around, I think I have a good enough idea of what to say. I can do this. The bell rings and I grab my lunch and dash up the stairs, eager to be there first. I'll need to ask Rin to leave, and I'll need to... Oh, they're already there. Hi, Hisao. Sorry I wasn't able to run with you this morning. I overslept. Oh, well, that's a surprise. Ooh, surprise, surprise. Somehow both Emmy and Rin have managed to get to the roof before me. Oh, that's no problem. Last night was kind of draining, I guess. Emmy's expression doesn't alter in the slightest. Yeah, sorry about that. But I've had such a weird morning since then. Really? Emmy proceeds to make small talk for the rest of the time. I can barely get a word in edgewise and soon find myself interjecting with the sort of back and forth dialogue that seems to have defined our early relationship. Oh crap. I'm not gonna get anywhere on this problem during lunch, obviously. I can respect that. Emmy, obviously, I gotta sneeze so badly right now. Wait. Pineapple? Okay, it worked. Emmy obviously doesn't want to accidentally pull Rin into things, and that's fine. Not that I think Rin would notice, but I can at least respect that sort of rational. I try a different tactic. Hey Emmy, what are you up to after class today? I was thinking we could go somewhere for dinner or something. Emmy looks genuinely remorseful. Sorry, Hisao, I promised the track captain that I'd stick around after practice and help some of the other kids with their form. It'll have to be some other time. Yeah, sure. The clouds! The clouds! The clouds! Hallelujah. No, I'm just kidding. I'm honestly not sure what to do now. Maybe diving into things the day after would be a bad idea anyway. She might still be angry about it and just not showing it. Besides, if she's got track team responsibilities, that's fine, right? I tell myself some variation of this theme the next day. Then the next, I wake up, run with Emmy, doing what she refuses to talk about everything. Why is the paintings black? Anything but the run and what she was doing the night before. And then lunch, where we sit and make small talk until the bell rings. Her new responsibilities effectively keep me from seeing her outside of school. Maybe, just maybe, I'm letting it happen because it's safer this way, just like the nurse said. Except, while it may be safer, I'm feeling more and more wretched. Emmy doesn't look good when I see her anymore. Dark circles look under her eyes. She seems more and more distracted, and I can't bring myself to just ask what's wrong, because the timing never seems right. I'm absolutely miserable. Did I get the bad ending? Did I just get the bad ending? If I didn't get... Oh, crap. Don't tell me I got the bad ending. Oh, this is gonna be bad if I got the bad ending. Another lunch comes. I trudge up the stairs to the rooftop like a condemned man. Ren is up there, but Emmy's not. Immediately worry about something... Worry that something's happened to her. Maybe the lack of sleep finally made her collapse or something worse. She seemed pretty tired after our morning run. Maybe she fell asleep and didn't even make it to class. Like you did? Hey Rin, where's Emmy? In response, I get a rather penetrating look from Rin, and something approaching a frown appears on her face. Is that information really important? Oh shiz! I think so. She's usually here with you, isn't she? I don't know. I have no way of being sure. I can confirm that she is in fact usually here with you when I come up. Well, she isn't now. Does that worry you? Kind of. Oh, okay. That seems to end the conversation and the point that becomes moot. Anyway, because Emmy bounced through the door with her usual energy, Hisao is kind of worried about you, Emmy. I don't think he can decide, or maybe I just don't believe him. But I think I'm going to go somewhere else less awkward now. Oh, she laughed. I'm so surprised by Rin's being so suddenly forward about it. Well, anything at all that I merely watched her head through the door. Ah, God, why do I have a runny nose all of a sudden? God dang it. Emmy is similarly, okay, really? Fudge! Similarly surprised and color slightly crimson as she stares open-mouthed at me. It occurs to me that I should probably say something, if only to break the awkward silence that has suddenly descended. It's because you weren't here yet. I was, worried about it. Why? You're usually here, so I was worried that something had happened to you. This isn't the first time that I've been late, you know? Did you get worried all the other times too? Not really. Emmy seems slightly amused by this. I don't know why, but she kind of pisses me off. Yes, she does. She does pisses you off a lot. So why was this time an exception? Maybe it's the light, teasing tone of the question, but something in her response pushes me to be honest though. I can't help snapping at her when I say it. Because you've been worrying me because you've been worrying me since dinner at your house, that's why. Well, now it's out in the open, and Emmy's eyes are wide open. And she looks like she wants to bolt, but she doesn't. Ah, I still on that, I see. What, you think I'm supposed to just forget about it? You threw me out of your house! We've been going on for almost a week pretending it never happened. No, not the music again! No, I'm not going to cry! No, screw this! I'm gonna resist this emotion. I didn't see you bringing it up either. You know? I know, and I'm sorry that was the case. We have to address it. Or we'll just keep up this whatever it is we've got right now. It's killing me to look at how you look right now. Did you know that? Those circles under your eyes, and that distracted look in them. I can't help worrying but that I've caused it somehow. You haven't, trust me. Well, I haven't helped either. I keep pushing you to tell me things you aren't ready to tell me. Maybe I was wrong to try getting your mother to help me out, but I've been so worried about you that I didn't know what else to do. Well, you don't have to worry about me anymore, okay? I think it's pretty clear we're not right for each other, so maybe we should just stop. Oh my god, I think I just got the bad ending. Her face is twisted up as she says this. She doesn't want to say it, but forces herself to anyway. You don't actually want that, do you? Heck, you can barely bring yourself to say it. Anyway, it won't keep me from worrying about you. I care too much about you to just stop on command. You don't want to tell me what's wrong? That's fine, but I won't stop trying to help you, even if it's just standing by you. Stop saying that. No. God, no. She's shaking now, and as she looks at me, I can see she's afraid and frustrated and a million different things all at once. I shake my head slowly and take a few steps toward her. She takes a few steps back. You know what your mom told me? She told me that you never ask for help because you know that you're strong enough to get through anything on your own. But that's not the full story, is it? Her eyes go wide and she takes a step. Called it! Step back. I keep going because I think I finally figured it out. Something tells me I won't get another shot. I've put it off for far too long as it is. There's no harm in having someone help you, unless you're worried about needing help in the first place. You're scared, aren't you? I trail off because I don't know for certain what happened to Emi's father, and I don't want to jump to a conclusion. Well, never mind why, but it's okay to be afraid. You've been running from it and from me for so long, even though you know eventually you have to turn around and face your fear. And I'm going to be there to help you when you do. I won't stop because I don't think you want me to. I can't understand that sort of determination, can't you? I can see that I've gone through to her, and she quickly falls back to anger to try to push me away again. Back on your white charger, Hisao. Gotta help the poor cripple face her emotional problems? What do you know about me and about what I've already had to face? Fuck me! Did I get the bad ending? You think 2 months of learning to walk again was fun? But I did it, and after I did, that I had to. For a moment, it seems as if she's going to say something else, but she cuts herself off. But after all that, you don't think you can get past your fear? Emi, I can't fathom what you've been through it, but to come through it and still be the sort of girl that you are, well, it makes me think that you have even more strength than you think. So I'm not going to help you because I think you need rescuing. I don't want to be a knight rescuing the damsel in distress, but even knights helped each other out. You know, I want to help you, even though I know you can do it on your own. For a moment, it looks like Emi's going to break down completely, but she doesn't. Tears run down her face, but she stares at me steadily. Why are you trying to help me so hard? Oh god. Why are you trying so hard to help me? I'd say that it's because I owe you one for helping me out when we first met. But that wouldn't be the truth. The truth is, I just want you to be happy because I love you. You don't say that! Well, actually, no, I think that's actually perfect right now because she's like actually in her anger, I guess. Had I ever said that before? We've been in a relationship and it's been pretty obvious that I love her, but did I really actually speak the words? What did you say? Oh, snap, bad ending. Say it again. I say it again, savoring the feeling of being able to say it at all. Being able to say it and mean it. Emi seems stunned. I said, I love you, Emi. I love you, just you, and that makes me want to stand by you, no matter what you have to face. Oh, snap. Did I just make a funny nose with my foot? Yes, I did. I'm wrapped in a fierce hug then, as Emi begins to sob against my chest. I'm so sorry about everything, but I'm so scared, Hisao. I'm so scared of losing you, and I love you too, but I can't lose you. I'm so sorry. Apology accepted. I guess, I don't know. I hold her quietly, shushing her until she settles down. She steps back a little, more composed. Well, will you come with me tomorrow, back to my house? There are some things I need to show you if I'm going to do this. Of course, maybe this time we can leave together instead of separately. Emi grins a sudden flash of brightness that seems more genuine than anything I've seen in the past week. Yeah, maybe. The lunch bell rings and I curse the universe's poor sense of timing. Darn you, universe! Are you free tonight? We can talk more then, right? Emi shakes her head. Sorry, Hisao, but I'm still helping the track team. Plus, I don't think it would be good if we talked this over tonight. I'm going to be too tired to think properly, and I want to be able to tell you everything without screwing it up. You can wait, right? Even now, there's a bit of a fear in her voice. I smile and rest a hand on her shoulder. Okay, I'll be waiting. Emi gives a quick kiss before she heads for the stairwell. Thanks, Hisao. I see you tomorrow morning. Wouldn't miss it. And then you miss it. I head down the stairs with the feel of her lips on mine. Suddenly aware of how much I've missed that sensation. I'll have to remember to thank Ren for getting us to talk to one another. Although it's possible she won't even realize what she's done. Still, if not for her, I doubt I have ever been able to confront Emi again. I guess I needed more help than I realized. Tomorrow, however, I'll need to stand alone to whatever Emi's trying to work herself up to doing. I'll be up to the task, I hope. Oh, God! Okay. I have nothing to say now. This just got serious now. Serious business just got up. Oh, what's going to happen? Oh, okay, I guess this is morning. The morning sun is bright through my open window, and the sound of my alarm quickly has me up and about. Ah, frick. This is really bugging me now. I slept surprisingly well last night, secure in the knowledge that at least I've got another chance with Emi. If I can just keep myself from doing anything stupid, maybe I'll find out what's been eating her recently. I have a few educated guesses, but nothing concrete. And certainly nothing that I'm going to say to her. I'd much prefer to have her tell me herself. Although I can't help remembering the nurse's warning that I might not like what she has to say. Do I really need to know that badly? What if it's something awful that makes me repulsed by her? Can I really say that I'm prepared to handle whatever she has to say, regardless of what it is? Emi said she wanted to tell me without screwing it up. What the hell did she mean by that? What's there to screw up? I suppose there's not much use worrying about it, though. I'll find out today. It occurs to me that I really need to a run this morning to clear my head, if nothing else. Emi is waiting for me as promised, looking a little haggard but otherwise bright and cheerful. Much more so than any previous day this week. Hisao, you're late. Voice crack. Yay. I waved my hand dismissively. Nonsense, you're just early. Emi grins back, and it feels like we're finally back where we should be with one another. Except now Emi not just me, wants to take another step forward. Although a part of me worries that she'll back out at the last second. Hurry up and shush it, Sal. I don't want to miss the bus. The bus? I said I wanted you to come back to my house, remember? And I promised Mom we'd be there in time for lunch, so I wanted to hurry. Early start, huh? It's more for my mom's benefit than anything else. Oh, well, that's okay. I unsuccessfully tried to guess what Emi has planned, surely before realizing that it doesn't matter that much to me. I quickly go to my room. Pardon. Well, Emi bounces impatiently from one foot to the other. She really does seem want to get moving as soon as possible. I gotta sneeze so badly. Pineapple. Okay, pineapple did not work. The run is over so quickly I can barely believe that I haven't fallen over dead afterwards. Emi set a blistering pace, and I, in my foolishness, kept up with her. Well, until the last few laps, I had to slow down just in case, but I don't mind, and Emi's waiting patiently for me when I finish. As patiently as she can wait, anyway. Finished? Good, come on. Grabbing my arm, she practically rushes me down to the nurse's office. You seem in a hurry, Emi, trying to catch the early bus? Yeah, I told Mom I'd be back for lunch. Well, I'll take care of you first then. But Hisao's gotta come with me too. The nurse raises a single eyebrow at this statement and peers at the two of us searchingly. Really? Today? Huh? Emi's response is a nod, followed by a surprisingly shy grin. Well then, we'll make this quick. Emi enters the nurse's office and I patiently wait outside for her to be finished, wondering just why the nurse seems so to be surprised by Emi's declaration. I feel like I'm missing out on some joke for the significance of today, beyond the fact that it is clearly significant in some way, of course. True to his word, the nurse has Emi out of his office surprisingly quickly, and I take her place after promising to meet up at the front gate. The nurse takes my pulse and listens for a bit. Your heart beats faster than usual. Been pushing yourself again, have you? Well, Emi seemed in a rush to get through the run, so... I'm not surprised. Today is rather important to her, you know? I suspected that it could be the case, but I have no idea why that's the case. She hasn't told you? Interesting. Is it the anniversary? So you're not going to tell me either, huh, then? No, I'm not. I suspect that Emi has her own plan of explaining today to you, and I don't want to mess with that. You'll find out soon enough. So what's the rush? Now, as for your heart, I would take it easy for the rest of the day. No spontaneous races or anything like that. Got it? Got it. I won't have her. She won't have her. She won't have her running legs on anyway, right? No, but if you think something like that is going to stop her, good point. I don't think it will be much of an issue today for all days, but still, if he's trying to reassure me, he's doing a terrible job. I'm quickly becoming more and more worried about what today could be for, like suddenly finding out Emi's in a cult or something. Crap. We're gonna be sacrificed, guys. We're gonna be sacrificed. At the same time, if today is such a big deal and Emi wants me to be with her for it, then maybe she really does want to grow closer to me. Maybe this will be the answer to all the riddles to the sleepless nights and the sudden mood swings. Either way, I barely remember to thank the nurse before taking off as quickly as I dare for my room to get a shower and throw on some decent looking clothes. If today is at the point as it seems to be, I should dress appropriately. Emi of course proves me wrong as soon as I reach the front gate wearing her usual shirt and shorts. So at least I know it's not a terribly formal affair, whatever it is. You're early, Hisao. Oh no, not as early as you. Eager, are we? Emi cheekily pokes out her tongue. Yeah, the bus stop isn't very crowded at this hour, which seems to please Emi, and we end up relaxing a little as we wait. We stay in silence for a while, but I can tell that Emi's trying to work herself up to say something. And we're back with the stupid lion and the friggin' police badge. I don't have anything else to say myself, so I sit waiting for her to talk. It doesn't take too long. So, I'm sure you're curious as to why the nurse thought it was so weird for me to be bringing you along today. I was a bit, yes, but if you're not ready to tell me... Oh snap! I hit my keyboard. Emi stops my sentence by placing her finger on my lips. Don't tempt me, Hisao. I want to tell you this, but I'm just uncertain as to how to go about it. I don't want to keep delaying or deferring. I just want to be able to say it. So say it. You know that it's not going to be that easy for me, Hisao. So treat it like running. Warm up to it with something small and easy and go from there. But don't do it too fast, okay? I'm a patient man. No, you're not. I can wait for you to get to it. Emi seems to consider my words, weighing them against what is probably a desire to get it over with. I admit, as much as I keep telling Emi to take her time, I wouldn't mind her getting it over it either. But somehow, I know that Emi probably needs more time than the bus ride will provide to get it all out. Whatever it is. Yeah, maybe you're right. The bus stop probably isn't the best place for this anyway. But just to make sure that I don't go back on my word, I'll at least say this. She takes a deep breath, lets it out, and after a moment, says in a low voice, "We're going to see my dad today."
What?
The words hang in the air, and I can see that Emi is afraid that I'll panic and disappear in response. which a part of me almost wants to do. No, you don't. Oh, snap, what'd I do? What? Oh, okay, wait. But it would be stupid of me to back out or to suddenly abandon the promise I made to be there for Emi when she needs me. Yeah, that would be pretty stupid if you did. The nurse thought, crap, I can't even say it. The nurse thought it was so weird of her to bring me along. She doesn't bring anyone along, or at least I'm willing to bet that she hasn't before today. The day seems to take on an even greater significance. What has it taken Emi to even get this far? Ah. And why is that the best I can manage as a response? Yeah. You screwed up. Yeah. I don't know what I should say. Nothing, I think. Just promise that you're going to come with me. Of course. You know I will. You just thought like, maybe I should leave. Emi smiles wanly, looking a little relieved. Good, in that case we better get going. The bus pulls up just a little after she finishes the sentence. Vague memories of my first trip out here come to mind as I step off the bus, but unfortunately they're too vague to be of any use. I'll be the first to admit that I don't quite recall how to get to Emi's house, so I let her lead the way. Remember, no racing! No racing. Nurse's orders. She seems so content to walk in silence, and I myself have no idea what I could possibly say, so the two of us arrive at her house, having said nothing since getting off the bus. Emi's mother opens the door and doesn't seem surprised to see me standing next to her daughter. I expect that Emi would have phoned ahead to let her mother know of the change in plans. Emi, Hisao, you're just in time. Lunch is just about ready. Great, I was afraid we might be running late. As fast as you were going this morning, I doubt there was much of a chance of that. I certainly hope she wasn't too much of a bother, Hisao. She tends to get a little paranoid about being on time when food's involved. I hadn't noticed. This earns me a swat on the arm from Emi, who, despite the serious nature of our conversation on the bus, an almost brooding quiet walk has quickly become cheerful again. Probably to keep her mother from worrying about whatever it is Emi plans to tell me later. Later, that evening, Miss Barazaki ushers us in, and in a short order we're around the table devouring lunch. I hadn't realized how hungry I was until I got here. But for once I seem to be eating almost as much as Emi. Goodness, it's a good thing I made so much. The two of you are acting like you haven't eaten in days. I need food! I skipped breakfast this morning. Me too. Had to catch the bus, I assume. That, and I figured you make too much food, so it wouldn't matter if I skipped breakfast. Well, it's good to know that I'm predictable. Emi nods enthusiastically, and conversations falls off again as we very nearly clear the table of anything edible. It is a testament to the sheer amount of food on offer that we don't finish everything. I lean back in my chair with a sigh and thanks Miss Barazaki for the food. I'm glad you liked it, Hisao. Now has Emi told you where we're going? Yeah, sort of. Is it far from here? Fly! Not really, but we'll drive there to save time. It closes kind of early. I nodded an assent and stand up, ready to go. Well then, shall we? Miss Urabazaki nods and leaves the room to grab her keys. Emi, I notice, has started to fidget nervously. Second thoughts? Fly! Come on! Emi smiles tightly at me and shrugs. She's fallen silent again, which probably means that I'm right. And she is starting to regret bringing me along. Not that I blame her. She's done such a good job of shutting me out, but that I doubt it's easy to suddenly open up. Suddenly, I'm worried that she's forcing it. And she said while waiting for the bus that I'm not supposed to give her a chance to back out. And since I promised to go with her anyway, I suppose there's not much of a choice. I can't go back to my promise. And she can't go back on hers. Nope, never do that. No, don't you dare do that. I just hope the both of us are up to it. We're off. Praise Jeebus. No, I'm just no Jeebus right now. Amy's mother blows through the dining room, collects the two of us, and heads out the door at a brisk pace. Now I know where her daughter gets it from. Sorry for that jump cut. My dad came in. So, oh crap, we're at the cemetery all of a sudden. I guess I think that's a cemetery right there. The girl pulls up at the cemetery gates, and I feel Amy tense up beside me. I reach over and give her a hand, a comforting squeeze, which causes her to relax a little. Amy's mother doesn't follow us, explaining that she prefers to visit the grave alone. Amy steps through the gates and looks back, as if to make sure I'm still there. We step into the cemetery. I don't feel comfortable in cemeteries. Gravestones litter the ground, each one serving as a reminder that someone who used to be alive is no longer. How many died young? How many were as old as I am now? When do I wind up with a marker of my own? How much longer do I have left? Oh man, this is great. Now this just got me now. The concept of not waking up, not seeing Emmy anymore, is not a happy one. It frightens me, and I very nearly turn around and exit right then and there. No, don't you dare do that. I don't want to go among dead people. I don't want to see their stones and think about who they were and what they could have been if they only had more time. Freaking fly, ruining it. Then I look at the girl next to me, and my resolve returns. Emmy's striding purposefully and down the path, and eyes clear, setting a pace that's very nearly a jog. The sooner we get there, and I suspect she thinks, the better. We're here. Oh snap! Her dad did die. But what? From what? What did her dad die from? A gravestone. Holy, unremarkable in everything except for the same name etched upon it. The grass. Frickin' fly. God damn it. Fly, fuck you. The grass has grown up around the base. Emmy's eyes are riveted to the stone. After a few moments, she turns around, looking surprisingly calm, yet solemn. Pink's not actually my favorite color, you know? What? I'm warming up to it. People tend to think that pink's my favorite color. I think it's because I like strawberries, and even though those are red, they just assume that pink's the right color for strawberries. Strawberries are red. Tell him to shut up and tell this fly to friggin' don't ruin this moment. And I'll bet even you thought pink was my favorite color. I thought it would be orange. Blue, that's my favorite color. My mom and dad are the only two who know that, and now you do too. Thanks for telling me, I think. You're welcome. There's a pause as she considers what to say next, drawing a quick breath. I can carry a tune to save my life. I can hum, but actually singing a song is something I've never been able to do. I don't mind because I'm not a fan of karaoke anyway. Oh, don't remind me of karaoke. Psh, freaking Brandon non-norm over there and Juan freaking saying Barbie Girl with high pitch. I was like, I'm gonna murder these guys one day. Well, that's one potential date idea out the window. People think that I'm a really popular and friendly person. But I only have a few close friends, probably because I keep everyone in the dark. But I think it's also because I hate the idea of losing a close friend. There aren't many people worth the risk. I'm terrible at saying goodbye. Sometimes I think that I only run because it's what I used to do with my father. You know, my first boyfriend, I dated a guy for a long while during my second year at Yamaku, but in the end we broke up because I didn't want to get closer to him. He couldn't live with that distance between us. Her rate of speaking increasingly slightly, as if she's rushing towards a finish line. I'm actually 1 year older than you. Everybody thinks I'm younger because I'm short, but I had to skip one school year because of my accident. Oh, fuck me. Wow. They initially thought I was paralyzed when they pulled me out of the wreckage. I lost my legs already, but they were afraid that I wouldn't even be able to use what was left of them. After surgery, it was clear that their initial assessment was mistaken. I couldn't feel my legs because of shock. Short-term paralysis. Paralysis? What is crawling? God, fuck you, fly! Due to the other trauma I'd experienced, my recovery was one of the fastest they'd ever seen. Well, so they told me. I never found out if they were serious about that, or if they told me that to all the patients learning to walk again. Oh crap, now I just feel like this. My heart just sunk now. She pauses, gathering herself for one last effort. 8 years ago, today, I lost my legs, and I lost my father as well. He died on the way to the hospital. I didn't even get to go to the gravesite until 2 months later, and I couldn't attend his funeral. God, that must suck! No! I'm so sorry. That would suck if a relative of mine died and I couldn't go to their funeral. Oh man, that would suck, dude. Don't be. That's what everyone always says, that they're sorry. I hate hearing that. Like anyone could have done anything to change what happened. That is true. Like, you know the best piece of advice I got? These things happen. I don't even remember who said it, but I guess they didn't have anything better to say. But it's true, you know? These things happen, and there's nothing you can do about it. They aren't necessarily planned, and they aren't always bad, and they aren't always good, but they are. So I made the decision that I would live without worrying about the future, and to be sure that I never had to say goodbye again. I decided I wouldn't let people get close to me anymore. After all, they could be taken away at any time, and you know what? She laughs a little bitterly. Don't say black people. Her eyes start to well up with tears and I step forward to embrace her, but she holds up a hand to stop me. Not finish. A deep breath and she continues. I worked pretty well, until I met you and saw that you were trying to adjust to stuff here. So I thought I'd help, and then you were so nice and I couldn't help it. I just... Oh no! Really? The tears are flowing now. She accepts the embrace this time. The rest of her sentence is mumbled into my chest. I try not to fall for you, but I did. And I tried to keep you at a distance, like with my first boyfriend. But I couldn't. But I've been so scared because I don't want to lose you, and I might anyway. Hey, I'm still around, aren't I? Oh, aren't I? Right? And maybe it won't be forever, but don't you think it'll be fun while it lasts? Neither of us could survive the day. There could be a bus crash or something. But so long as I know that I've been with you, I don't think it matters. I saw this thought strikes me and I can't help laughing. Oh dude, don't laugh. My condition had me scared of dying so badly that I immediately seized on the opportunity Emi presented to improve my odds of living longer. But without Emi, would have there been any motivation to keep up with my running? It hits me that Emi is the reason I want to go running every day. So I can spend as much time with her as possible. Emi looks up at me, confused. We'll go on living until we stop, and when we stop living, we'll be able to know that at least we've had time together, and it wouldn't have it any other way. Because I love you, Emi, and right now, I'm gonna end it off here. This ends with something directly, then how can you observe it? That is definitely relating to Hisao's problem. I'm glad I actually gave a few minutes. Guess? How? How would you guess the movement of a cork? What is your guess based on? Of course, I should have thought of it earlier. The things it affects. Mental collapse